What is up? Looks like I've got this up. Excelente. And do we have sound? Check, check, check. Yes, we do have sound. Okay. Sorry that this first video is quite raw. You'll have to deal with it. So instead of talking about me and what I'm all about, why don't I first help you and then I'll tell you who I am afterwards. That's better. So if you're a coach or you sell information services at all, right? So you're blending information with service, right? With labor, and you sell those services online and you're closing prospects over the phone. You really have to have these three things if you want to be successful. Not just yourself, if you're like the solopreneur who is making your own sales still, or if you have a sales team who is selling for you, you got to make sure your team or yourself, you have all three of these components in order to make more sales. I'm not going to go super deep on each three. I will in other videos, but here's the three things that you need. You have to have all three. I'll say all three here first. The first thing that you do need is the right sales structure. So that is the market. Is it a good market? Is it growing? Do they have purchasing power? Are they easily identifiable? And also, is that market niched down enough where you're not competing on a commoditized service, where you're actually competing in your own blue ocean, and it's value-based service now because you don't have really any competition because you're so niched. So part of it is the right market. Part of sales structure is the right offer. Is it a strong offer? Does it have guarantees? Is the perception of achieving an outcome with you really high? Is that outcome a big outcome that people really care about and will pay for? Will they accomplish that outcome in a reasonable amount of time? The shorter, the better, right? Speed pays. And then also, is the level of effort, sacrifice, what they're going to have to do work-wise, what they're going to have to incorporate, implement, delegate, the easier and simpler and less work it is on them, the higher value it is. So does it have great value? Is it a strong offer? Like, are there guarantees? And then also your pricing structure, like, is your barrier to entry with pricing good for your market? And then also, what sort of qualification and sales cycle do you have? Right? Are you doing a 2-call close where you have someone who qualifies prospects and appointment sets for a closing call? Is it a webinar? Is there an application? How much friction are you supplying? Because the more friction you supply in your marketing, the higher quality that prospect or that lead is going to be. And so you're going to close a higher percentage of them, but it's also going to cost more money. It's going to be a more expensive lead, and your inflow is going to be lower. Versus less friction, less qualification. You won't close as many of those, but the inflow will be up and the cost will be down. So you have to have the right sales cycle based on your business and your model, the right market and the right offer. That is your sales structure. Is it a solid, good structure? The next piece that you have to have is really good persuasion skills, right? Do you have a script with proper syntax that you follow to take a person from, hi, we're just meeting for the first time right now, to, yes, I will take your credit card for $10,000 right now, right? There's a specific conversational flow that can happen in an hour that gets a person to that point and allows a transaction to happen. Do you have a strong script with the right syntax that does that predictably? And not just you can do it, your team, when you outsource, when you delegate, you can teach other people to do it. Do you know how to overcome objections, right? Do you know how to fluctuate tone and use emphasis? Like, do you have the persuasion skills there? Do you know how to create agreement with people? Do you know how to build rapport? Those are all persuasion skills. And then the last component that you really need is what I like to call heart, which basically, it sounds corny, but it encompasses the beliefs you have. So your beliefs about yourself, your beliefs about money, your beliefs and conviction about your product that you're selling. All of those beliefs, and they're on a spectrum, right? Where on the spectrum are you with your beliefs in those areas? And then also, what sort of character traits do you have? Are you a very persistent person? Are you perseverant? Do you have high work ethic? Do you have a lot of integrity? Will you never compromise and lie or twist the truth and manipulate to make a sale. The heart has to be there too. So the way that these three components work is if your sales structure sucks and you're very persuasive and you've got a great heart, your sales structure is what's killing your sales. Or you've got great sales structure, great persuasive skills, but you don't have the right beliefs and you don't have the right character built yet because you haven't gone through enough trial and tribulation to really earn some character traits or to really have convictions, some beliefs that you need to have. Or you've got great heart, you've got a great sales structure, you don't have any persuasion skills. So you have to have all three of these to really be successful as a coach selling your services online. So my name is Taylor Robbins. I am involved in some different businesses. I work a lot with my brother and his wife as their COO and integrator. So we've managed a sales team of 19 people. That always kind of fluctuates. We're going to do close to 5 million in revenue this year, all in coaching services online through a one-call close. I've been helping some different people with that same process who are coaches in the information space as well. So I don't really have anything to sell you. This is just for me to document and to talk about some things that I care about. I'm going to be talking about sales, about business, about leadership, about heart and how to walk through childhood wounding and pain and trauma and how that affects who you are as a person. So if those things are going to be beneficial to you, and if this was helpful to you, please comment below. Let me know that this was helpful. If you have questions, comment below and I'll try and answer your questions. But again, this is just for me to document, to start putting some energy out in the world. Don't have anything to sell you at this point. Just trying to put some good content out there and hopefully it helps you. So make sure you subscribe if you do end up liking this and comment if you have questions, and we'll catch you on the next time.